No, what?
That was the whole
civilians
argument.
use beepers?
These pagers,
What,
they were
pagers?
not used by.
I'm just saying in general, civilians use, like, people use pagers. I think, like, we wouldn't make the argument that they don't.
Very- so number one-
Also Nonfon.
Guns as well. Civilians use guns as well. So what? If you
Well, I don't even trust the court. Like, if the ICJ said this was illegal, I honestly would not put much credence in that.
Wait, what? Wait,
wait.
sorry, rewind. Anyway.
Hold on, just from the DoD Law Manual War, other devices do not include munitions and devices that are not manually placed, such as munitions that are remotely delivered. I don't know exactly what remotely delivered means in this case.
Well, that would even fit even more, wouldn't
like
it?
like a bomb or
but
something.
not
right?
munitions that are remotely delivered. But like, I don't know
Wait.
if these are considered remotely delivered.
But where are you deriving from this? Like, it has to have one of one. Like,
What do you mean by 101?
so like what I'm gathering from what you're saying is like it has to have like interaction, explosion, right?
Yeah, there has to be some level of interaction, I think.
But it says approaches an apparently harmless object, or an apparent performs a safe act. That's or, not and. So, or they could just have it on him. Approaching it would be having it on you, right?
I think I think the approaching the harmless object thing would be like if you rigged an apparently harmless object to explode. Again, it would have to be if you interacted with it. I don't think it's just if you have a remote detonated explosive on you.
Yeah,
But why? I don't understand that, because you can make the argument that or approaches an apparently harmless object would be being violated, because you do approach it, like you don't assume it's going to explode when you have it on you.
Yeah, okay. Under CCW Amended Mines Protocol, a booby trap means any device or material that is designed, constructed, or adapted to kill, injure, and functions when a person disturbs or approaches an apparently safe. Yeah, disturbs or disturbs or approaches.
Or
right?
approaches. Yeah. So or approaches mean that them
Oh, I
approaching
bet
it
the
could trigger
approaches
it.
is for a tripwire. This would be only the
how
metaphor
could
being
anything kill you without you being near it? Wait, what do you mean? No, they're not.
Well, yeah, but what I'm saying is that that part would be violated, and if it is just or.
No, how would anything kill you without you being near it in the sense that you are approaching it? Like, what do you mean? That's not what they mean, obviously. Like, truly, how can anything hurt you if you're not near it? You have to approach it to be near it.
It depends. I mean, you can make an argument. Long range stuff.
It never depends. You have to approach something. To be
Technically,
near
yeah.
it.
Technically,
Unless
the
you were
sniper
born
bullet
next to
does get really close to you, but the sniper
it.
himself.
Unless you were born next to it, you have to approach it to be near it. It's just definitional.
I mean,
I wish there was.
I would
cases
guess
on
like
that. Actually, there might be.
like the approach thing, like I said, is like for a tripwire. Like if you're approaching like a object you think is safe and that triggers something.
Yeah, that's what I would imagine.
But I would
Let's see if
imagine that would
there's
still require
international
interaction.
Cases on. Has there not been any cases on booby traps at all? There has to be some, right?
Yeah, Isaac, you know who you remind me of? You
Who
know
do
the
I?
Cam Higby guy? He's a total idiot.
The who?
Cam Higby.
Cam Higby?
Whatever.
No, I don't know. Also, here, let me switch to my good mic.
He's not. He's like. He just talks like you, but he's like pro-Israel too.
Okay.
And he's like, but he's like pro-Trump, so I don't think you're. Oh, you're pro-RFK or some shit. So
No, I'm
Only
not.
once, but
you're insane.
No, I was pro what he stood for, and then he came out and went against everything that I liked him standing for.
Yeah, I told you. All right, maybe I did. I don't know. I was right.
No, I don't think you ever made that argument. No, listen, I did not expect. You could have told me like he's paid by like the Mossad. I could see that. I could never see him endorsing Trump. That was crazy.
So obvious. That was so he's gonna sell.
It was
us
near
to
the end.
guys
Near when
that-
it was obvious, but not whenever we were talking. Whenever we
No,
were talking, that
look,
was like.
Look, I can prove to you because my opinions are copy paste what David Packman says, and he said since the beginning, RFK is a Russian, not Russian. Trump is like he's just gonna be playing to Trump because Kamala wants nothing to do with him. He said you can check.
I don't know. It's just 'cause like weren't they were like fighting at one. Yeah, Trump at one point called Kennedy the dumbest member of the Kennedy family.
Yeah, and like our Vance called Trump potential Hitler, but
Well, yeah, but that was like 4 years ago, not like 6 months.
oh, if you say so.
Booby traps. Okay, here's summary of the order of. Let's see what this one talks about.
Wait, but not fun. How would you respond to someone saying like, you know, all these people, Ken Roth, Amnesty, AOC.
Yeah, Amnesty,
dumb.
AOC,
It, like-
all
Journalists
unbiased.
They're like, yeah, all of them say it's a booby trap. So
I would
what
just
do
say you're like appealing to authority. Can you like provide that the argument that they were making, like,
Oh, let's go.
you know,
That's
if
right.
you're like saying like such and such expert gave this argument, then like that, you know, argument can have some credence behind it, but you have to actually give the argument they made. You can't just like cite them and say what they say is true.
That's
That's
right.
just
You could also, and do this at your own risk. You could also say, I don't care. All these people also say that Israel's apartheid or any other thing. And then the person you're debating is going to be like, wait, but it is. And then you shift the debate to that, and maybe you're more prepped on that topic. Because they're bots. They cannot like argue independently. They're going to go with you wherever you want them to. So, yeah, that's another tactic, but it's risky.
Wait.
I would not use it. I
Okay,
would not-
so
I
I'm
would
reading the
not-
definition, and I still, one, I hate how vague and how broad they get, but implanted devices designed to kill, injure, damage, and which are actuated, is that the word? Jesus, by remote control and automatically after a lapse of time.
Okay.
Wouldn't that,
No.
would that part fits, right? We would all agree? I'm trying to figure this out in real time. I did not look into this until right now.
Not fun. That's your thing.
what thing? Sorry, I was reading.
That at the end of the definition, it says that it would be designed to kill, injure, or damage, and which would be controlled by remote control or automatically after a lapse of time.
Is that
We would
part of
agree
the
that-
other? Oh, well, it's not after a lapse of time.
Here, I can
Is that
send,
part of
I'll
the
send you
other?
the
Is that part of
screenshot.
the other devices
part of-
thing?
This is just the definition of booby trap on the IC.
Were you sending in general the private DMs?
No, I was just gonna send a private. I can send a thing here.
Uh,
Open chat. Listen, I just hate these. Here's the exact thing, but here's the link,
They're based. They're epic.
and then here's the link. I'm looking
Why
at
are
the
you
case
putting
books.
me a screenshot? Like,
Well, because that's the exact part. But then, like, if you want to look into it, there's the link as well.
well, I can read. Thank you.
Listen, it's either that or a red circle. You know what I mean?
It's good. It's good.
My leg's cramping. 1 second, gonna die.
I don't think this requires some to be manually in place munitions, which I don't necessarily think these meet. But I have to read more on that booby trap thing to know exactly why. I just know Avi said that they don't meet manually in place munitions. Yeah, the pages would not meet the standard of manual in place munitions. The DoD law manual states that other devices do not include munitions that are not manually in place as munitions that are remotely delivered.
This is just under booby
is
trap. That's not
remotely
under manually in place munitions, though. Where are you seeing the?
What do you
I'm just
say?
looking at the definition of booby traps under their
Facebook
definition.
IRGC. Any device. Where is this from?
Can you say they were manually in place?
That's
This is from-
such a broad argument. There's too much.
I mean, look.
CCW
This is
Amended
from
Mines
the-
Protocol,
what's a
Article
legitimate
2,
form of
Section 5.
sabotage then that doesn't fall into booby trapping then under this sense? Like if I hack into a Iranian computer and I make it explode, is that like booby trapping now? Because it's by remote control, and I don't know. Maybe
I think the part of it has to be.
Doesn't
Doesn't it have to be something that like wouldn't normally be a target? Isn't that a part of it?
Well, now we have
Assume-
evidence that Israel like knew about the targeting, about like the people, because every pager had a serial number, so they knew where it was. Presumably that's based on the Times of Israel reporting or Channel 12 reporting, and they were pretty reliable. Or at least they're basing it on a source. But either way, I mean, look, even if I don't know, I mean, if you have something that's only used by military people because it's a military object.
I did see the argument. I don't see. I'm not.
It's
I'm
not
not
manually
looking into this.
placed, though. It's just
No,
not
I'm
manually
not arguing that. I'm saying, how do we know that it was only given to military? Because I was reading from an international law expert that if it was given to like the non-military wings, that it wouldn't be. But Nonfon said
So
it
when you
was.
say given, do you mean ended up in their hands, or because it was bought by Hezbollah?
I haven't.
Yeah,
I
but
haven't
there
seen
could be-
any
so
evidence
the-
of a non-militant being having possession of the pager.
So
like,
the argument
of-
was
of
that
the
like there
political
are
wing.
people in
even-
Hezbollah that
even if
wouldn't
they
be
did-
considered military targets.
Yeah, so there's
I don't think.
only people in Hezbollah's military
The
wing
military
would be
wing.
liable for status-based targeting, which means they're liable for targeting no matter what.
Yeah.
They're the only people with,
because they're like CCF, right?
Yeah, the continuous combat function. Yeah. The other like strictly political people who don't have a continuous combat function may not necessarily be liable for targeting, status-based targeting. But to my knowledge, I don't think any political people were harmed. Or I shouldn't say weren't harmed. None of them had the pager like intentionally blown up on them. They might have been collateral damage, but just because they were near someone who did have it, or because their pager was activated by mistake, or they.
Oh.
But I mean, I don't know. I just don't see how this falls into manually in place. Because what do you think of? You know, when they wrote this law, that you were thinking.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm not seeing anything like. It says it also includes. Oh, okay. Now I see what you're saying. The also includes part would covet that, right?
Yeah.
Well, I think these are two different. Okay, the notes I have says booby traps are defined in CCW Amended Mines Protocol Article 2, Section 4 as any device or material that is designed, constructed, or adapted to kill or injure, and that functions when a person disturbs or approaches an apparently harmless object. And then later it says the pager also do not meet the requirements that other devices as defined in Amended Protocol Article 2, Section 5, which other devices means manual in place emissions. But this is a different.
Wait.
Imagine
Other devices means manually in place munitions and devices designed to kill over by remote control. What overlaps of time?
I think we're citing different things because mine says and devices including improvised explosive devices designed to. Oh no, we are quoting the same thing.
Well,
yeah. Wouldn't that fit?
Imagine Israel hacked into an
manually in place.
Iranian
I don't think these are
computer.
manually in place.
Wait. Imagine. Yeah, I agree with that. But either way, imagine it. I don't think this is like exhaustive. Has to be a short summary. This cannot be like a full definition. Because imagine. I don't know. Israel, fucks with like the supply chains of Iran, and so it managed to get like some computer or something, to do its thing. And then like when the time is right, they exploded to kill like one of the hackers that Iran has or whatever. Is it a booby trap now? It's not manually in place. It's not. I would never call that a booby trap.
What is your hypothetical?
Israel like fucks with the supply chain of Iran. They get a computer to be, Trojan horse or whatever, and then like some Iranian hacker is like working with that computer, and then Israel decides the time is right, and they explode the computer and kill the hacker, and whatnot, through remote control. So it would.
I feel like that would fit booby trap pretty easily.
How's that manual in place? No.
Oh, we're talking about the manually in place.
Well,
it's weird because it's like.
So how would that be?
I was talking about the booby trap part, not the manually in place part. But for manually in place,
part of booby traps, right?
It can be. It doesn't have to be. It includes it, but it doesn't mean that every booby trap has to be manually in place.
So you're saying if it's the other part? No, it doesn't.
I don't know what this
performs an apparently safe act. I mean,
the Geneva Convention. This is like the casebook on it.
Performs an apparently safe act. I mean, if you're doing the hacking, you're liable for targeting. I mean,
it's just A to Z glossary booby trap. This is not. I don't think this is. Hold on. If I search my quote, does it come up directly from a?
I mean, we had the same quote, so I mean, we were working up the same thing.
No, this quote that you linked is different than my quote.
Which one?
But this doesn't. Fuck. This still seems back to obvious tweet. A booby trap means any device or material designed, constructed to adapt or kill or injure, which is separate than it doesn't have like the or it doesn't have the booby traps to also include manually placed devices designed to kill or injure. My understanding, which I don't know, he might be studying this. I don't know. We can just check CCW Meta Protocols 2 section.
What I'm looking at for the here, I can send you this one as well. This is what I'm looking at when I'm looking at what other devices means. I put it in general. That's where I'm getting other devices from. And it's like manually placed munitions and devices designed to kill, injure, or damage, which are ascertained by remote control or automatically after a lapse of time. Like, if that definition is correct, I think we would agree.
No, this is one of the quotes I have is the Protocol
So
2 quote.
wouldn't we agree that it's a device designed to kill over a lapse of time?
No, it's remotely detonated.
Sure,
It's
we
not
just don't think
overlaps of
it's
time.
manually in place.
Well, or
But
sorry,
it's
or
also
by
not
remote
manually
control. I was
placed.
just saying we would agree though
Yeah, it's definitely
that
remote control. I don't think Israel was there individually.
so we would agree that that fits, right?
No, it's not manually in place. I wouldn't think it's manually in place.
No. Other devices means manually in placed munitions and devices designed to kill. That's what I'm saying.
No, you're reading it wrong. Munitions.
Are you saying it's both of these? Like
Yeah.
it has to be okay.
Easily so.
That's
Easily
worded
that's
horribly.
straightforward interpretation. Easily straightforward interpretation. No, obvious interpretation. What manually in place devices like? Also, I don't see where they say and. What you
It's on the link. It's the most recent one. The most recent one. It's the database. Whenever you want to look at the definitions.
The one you sent me doesn't say that copy.
That's the first one. I know.
Well, that's evidence that my interpretation is correct.
What? They're both from the same thing.
Wait, but the second one would require interaction. Booby trap means any device or material designed, constructed, or adapted to kill or injure, which unexpectedly when a person.
If in their summary they give my interpretation, that's evidence my interpretation is correct. Just straightforward. Yes. Just yeah. I mean, just say yes. So we know
What?
that if in their summary they give my interpretation.
What is
my
your interpretation?
That it's, and is in the second part, not of.
Oh, like it has to be both a manually in place munition and a device designed to kill.
They also
Although
include this and that. Like the end there functions as an or, right? Like I could say women.
That's what I'm saying. But why would they not use or? They use or. So I mean, I'm not arguing. Like I can agree with that for the sake of this conversation.
Wait. People use and to mean or all the time, right? Like
I know, but they used it.
Women and children get out. Like
It would just be weird though, because they use or in the literal
or
previous paragraph, like in the definition that I'm trying to get more definitions from. They use or. So why would they switch and an or? It would just be really weird. I understand what you're saying though.
they're retarded.
Also, the next article, Article
okay.
7, Section 3, does provide an exception. It prohibits the use of it unless either A, they are placed on or in close vicinity of a military objective, or B, they are taken, or measures are taken to protect civilians, for example, like warnings and stuff. So they probably
what am I looking
satisfy
at?
Section A of Article 7,
so what are you citing?
Article 7, Section 3 of Amended Protocol 2.
Article 7, Section A, you said?
Article 7, Section 3 of Amended Protocol
okay.
2.
Jesus Christ, amended. Protocol. Dude. Okay, Jesus Christ, I hate these.
Wait, can you link it?
Yeah, can you? Because I'm not finding this.
What, Amended Protocol 2?
Article 7, Section 3, Amended Protocol 2. Yeah, I'm looking for it, and it's hard to find. Wait. Protocol additional. Is that what I'm looking for? No, because Article 7 in this is protection and care. Please find this. Just
Yeah, I can link this,
articles.
which quotes it, but I can probably find the original thing.
They should have the source, right? On God.
Oh no, like here it is. It's at the bottom of this.
Nonfon is typing. There we go. Thank you.
Without prejudice to the provision of
website.
Article 3, it is prohibited to use weapons, which articles imply in any way, in any city, town, village, or other area containing similar concentration of civilians in which a combat force, in which combat between ground forces is not taking place, or does not appear to be imminent unless either A, they are placed on a closer vicinity of a military objective, on or in, which, I mean, they were placed on a military objective. Wait,
where is this?
Well, they were placed both on and in the military objective. The pager itself is communications and it's a military objective.
They defined a booby trap. Wait, they defined a booby trap. If you look at Article 3, general restrictions of the use of mines, booby traps, and other devices. Okay, I can send it here. Let me send it in the side chat.
Yeah, this is Amended
If you read
Protocol
this,
2.
they say it's prohibited against civilians, but let me just read all of this, okay? Article 3, general restrictions on the use of mines, booby traps, and other devices. 1. This article applies to A, mines, B, booby traps, and C, other devices. 2. It is prohibited in all circumstances to direct weapons to which this article applies, that is, mines, booby traps, and other devices, either in offense, defense, or by way...
Wait, where is this? R2 is different, or my 2 is different.
I sent it to the side.
Okay, I'll check. Sorry, ours is
Oh yeah, defense or by way of
escalate up, and I-
reprisals against the civilian
Why are these
population
completely
as
different?
such, or against individual civilians. The indiscriminate. use of
Wait. You're
weapons-
on Protocol 2. I feel like Amended Protocol 2 might have came after.
Okay, I mean,
I don't know. I'm
overall-
just completely shotting in the dark. I just was wondering why me and Nonfons are different
Wait,
than
no.
yours.
Well, this is because you're on CCW Protocol 2, and we were on Amended Protocol 2. These are two
CCW
different
Amended,
treaties.
yeah, and Amended might have came. I would assume Amended came after.
Well, I think
the
these
way
are
it's
two
named.
different
Okay,
things.
well, let's just read this for a
CCW
second.
Protocol
Let's
2
just
is different
read
than
this
it's a
for a
Yeah,
second.
I would have to
doubt
assume
they-
Amended
that's
mean
what
they changed some things, and it's like
Well, I think Amended
The one that's,
Protocol
like,
2
really
is
going
its
off,
own.
right?
Is it all going to be the same after?
yeah. Wait. Protocol 2 came out in 1980. Amended Protocol 2 came out in 1996. I feel like
No,
it
no,
would be
I'm saying, are they going to have like a section similar to this that override? Like
There's a very similar one.
Wait, when they amend, let me finish. When
Okay.
they amend stuff, do they write like basically the same thing, or like do they only write what they want to amend? Because otherwise, I don't know why I would look at the amended.
It's the exact same except for like it has different like whenever you said like the beginning was like saying like this article applies to A mines, B booby traps, C other devices, but 2 is different. That's why we got confused.
Send me that.
It's in the same. It's in the link that I sent. If you click on the one that says amended protocols 2, like the Article 7 one, and then if you look on the right, they have all the articles. But anyway, okay,
I
but
don't see. I see like article. I don't see the amended part.
look at the top, the URL. That's what it gave me. It says amended protocol 2, and it says the year 1996 in the URL. That's why I was like,
No,
this
I
one
don't
came
see
after.
amended. I don't see amended.
On the
Oh, I think
right
the
above
second
your
link-
link.
Here. I have
Yeah,
it
yeah.
now, the second link. So okay, let's look at Article 3.
I also sent the 1981 as my first link.
Oh yeah. Okay. This looks like okay. So Article 3: general restrictions on the use of mines, booby traps, and other devices. This article applies to mines, booby traps, and other devices. Each high contracting party or party to a conflict is, in accordance with the provisions of this protocol, responsible for all mines, booby traps, and other devices employed by it, and undertakes to clear, remove, destroy, or maintain them as specified in Article 10 of this protocol. 3. It is prohibited in all circumstances. So they added like this in the middle.
Yep.
It's prohibited in all circumstances to use any mine, booby trap, or other device which is designed or of a nature to cause superfluous injury or unnecessary suffering. Not the case here.
Yeah, I was gonna say I wouldn't make that
4.
argument. That'd be really stupid.
4. Weapons to which this article applies shall strictly comply with the standards and limitations specified in the technical annex with respect to each particular category. Okay, I don't know what that means, but it's probably
We'll come back to that.
because this attack was incredibly discriminate. So whatever. 5. It is prohibited to use mines, booby traps, or other devices which employ a mechanism or device specifically designed to detonate the munition by the presence of a commonly available mine No.
Yeah,
6.
that one's a good.
It is prohibited to use a self-deactivating mine equipped by an... no, that's retarded. I don't care about that.
Yeah, I don't even understand.
It's prohibited in all circumstances to direct weapons to which this article applies, either in offense... Oh, that's what they had in the original thing. The original... In offense, defense, or by way of reprisals against the civilian population as such, or against individual civilians or civilian objects.
Yeah, we would agree that they wasn't against those.
It wasn't
Yeah.
directed against them.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
8. The indiscriminate use of weapons to which this article applies is prohibited. Indiscriminate use is any placement of such weapons that A, which is not on or directed against a military objective, definitely here. So
Yeah,
condition
we would.
A-
Yeah, I think the first part is on. I think we would agree.
Yeah, so if condition A is not fulfilled, well, we should check if one of the other ones is fulfilled,
Here,
or are we already done? Like, are we already
Here's what I'm wondering. This is just a question. I'm not trying to because I think I would completely agree with this. But is if this person was in a place of worship, it would still be a military objective, right? Because he himself is a military objective.
If he's alive,
Or-
or status-based targeting, yeah.
Yeah, he is.
Okay, because oh wait, it does say in case of doubt. Yeah, so I don't think there's doubt here. Okay.
Well, no,
yeah,
I mean, if
agree.
he's a militant, even if he's in a hospital, he can still be targeted if he's a militant because he could continuous combat function.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, I'm reading. Oh no! I'm going. This is gonna go.
Wait,
down
I
another
just
rabbit
want to finish this.
hole.
Okay.
Let's
that's
see.
right.
Yeah, let's finish
Yeah,
this page and then we
yeah.
can go down your rabbit hole.
I just want to finish. So we found A, definitely not the case. Let's see if B or C are the case. B, which employs we're reading about what is indiscriminate placement. Okay. B, which employs a method or means of delivery which cannot be directed at a public specific, directed at a specific military objective. That's also not the case here because
Yeah, we would agree that it was directed, even if it hit civilians, it was definitely directed at these people. Yeah.
Yeah, and according to the reports, like it looks like they knew like where people were when they.
Oh, I hate things like C so much.
Okay, let's look at C. Which may be expected to cause incidental loss of civilian life, injury to civilians, damage to civilian objects, or a combination thereof, which would be excessive. Definitely not here.
I hate when they're too, what's it called? I would say vague, right? Like when they're like, well, the military objective has to be in proportionate to the lives. Like I hate those. I understand there's not a better way to word it, but like
definitely is not the case here because this way. I don't know of any attack in any war ever that has attacked as many people as this one, but injured so few civilians. I don't know of any. I'd love to hear if there are any.
Yeah, I'd agree. I just hate whenever they leave that like vagueness because there's always gonna like any military attack could be defended as like obviously there's gonna be like a eye test, but you know what I mean.
Well, no, but it makes sense. You have to include it.
Yeah, it has to be vague though, because you can't like if you define it, then they're just gonna go by the lines. Yeah,
I mean, if they dropped it, like now you can like nuke a city.
If it's over 500, every time we're doing 499.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, even if they didn't include it, now you can like once you target a specific person, you can kill as many civilians because it doesn't have this provision. No, I mean obviously not.
Yeah.
So I mean, I mean, look. Just based on the strict definition, so here's something Nonfon you should argue with, right? We can just look at this law. They restrict the use of mines, booby traps, and devices, and blah, blah, blah. And they say here clearly, right, the first condition doesn't apply because it wasn't targeted at the civilian population at large, obviously. And it's not indiscriminate because the three conditions don't apply. It wasn't excessive. It was expected to be delivered to militants, and it was, targeted specific military people. So, yeah, it's just obviously not indiscriminate, not a booby trap. Even if it is a booby trap, even if it is a booby trap, it's not prohibited. Even if it is
are you quoting amended the amended protocol
2, Article 3.
Article 3. Okay, so
CCW amended protocol.
I'm reading this commentary on it. Amended protocol 2. Article 7, Section 2, it says it is prohibited to use booby traps or other devices in the form of apparently harmless objects which are specifically designed and constructed to contain explosive material.
Wait, I'm talking about 3, not 7.
How does that not fit 1 to 1?
No, I'm reading the commentary on it, yeah, and it says a confusing commentary, not like official commentary, it's just like some guy who wrote a book on it.
It's also from, isn't that from 1980 though? Isn't that on the first the protocol, not the amended?
Amended Protocol 2, Article 7, Section 2. It's from 1996. This is a new.
But we're not talking about Section 7. We're not talking.
Okay, I was looking at what.
I know you guys are talking about a different section. I know.
Well, no, we're talking. Let's be clear. We're talking about Article. We're talking about Amended Protocol 2, Article 3.
I was looking at the Wall of Armed Conflict. Is that from 1980? No, it's not. Okay.
Oh my God.
Wait. We're talking about Amended Protocol 2, Article 3. And sections.
Oh, we're back to 3.
And both.
I jumped to 7.
Well, I thought you finished that one, but
well, we're not finished. We were on the last one.
Wait a second. My God, Nonfon. I'm just saying, even if it is a booby trap, based on Article 3 of Amended Protocol 2, it looks like even then it's allowed.
Sure.
Even if it is a booby trap, because it doesn't apply the conditions they specify prohibition don't apply. It is not a targeted civilian population, and it is not indiscriminate based on the 3 conditions they outlined. That's.
I feel like we got to talk about Article 7 thing too, though. That is the more important one.
No, wait.
Let's read it.
I just wanted. Yeah.
I'll read it.
The commentary on this. They provided an exception, but a confusing prohibition in Article 7, Section 2 forbids booby trapping, quote, apparently harmless portable objects specifically designed and constructed to contain explosive material. In other words, a belligerent may booby trap a camera, but it may not manufacture booby traps to appear like cameras. You may booby trap as many cameras as you can find, but you cannot employ factory-made exploding cameras.
Didn't they make an factory-made exploding Pagers?
Pager,
Oh,
yeah.
no. I think
I feel like that fits 1 to literal 1.
Wait, wasn't
But
the
it might not
theory
be
that
booby
they
trap
like,
because it
had
doesn't
the booby
because
trap? Wait, wasn't
interaction.
the theory that they had the beepers and they just made them like explode, but they didn't have to have a factory?
It wasn't like.
I thought it came out that Israel themselves was making them. I think the New York.
Oh
Times
yeah, it
reported
did come out that. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
dude.
remember also
Yeah.
seeing that Israel themselves. So if Israel themselves did make him, it does seem like it was in violation. Am I crazy?
What section of 7 are we reading?
Article 7,
Article 7, section 2.
But he found
But
something
they
that like goes in more
probably
depth about it.
Provide an exception. They provided an exception, like I mentioned earlier. The if they are placed on or in close vicinity to the military objective, which they are literally placed both on military objectives and in a military objective, since the pager itself is a military objective. It's a communications network, and the soldiers are obviously military objectives.
This
as
is
well.
assuming it's a booby trap in the first place. Wait, and whose commentary is this?
This is law. It's from a book, Law of Armed Conflict, International Humanitarian Law, by somebody.
Okay, seems
I
legit.
can't read the title.
Okay, this is assuming it's a booby trap.
Which
Gary D.
I mean, if you
Solis.
can booby trap a camera, like I think we can argue a pager is a booby trap if a camera can be a booby trap,
but if
right?
the
Like it would be the
I mean,
same.
he didn't mention it. I would think the camera would require
No, wait, based
interaction
on the
again. It
sounds
couldn't
of
just
that,
be. It couldn't be a
manually
remote
look like
detonated
you
camera. It'd have to be
manufacture a camera and you'd like place it in a house, right? This is what I think he's talking about. Like you'd manufacture a camera, put it in a house of someone, and then like once the person walks in, you explode it. But right, like that sounds like a booby trap. But if you sabotage it like to distribute it among the army or whatnot, then it's not manually placed. That's what I'm arguing. It's not manually placed. What the beepers were. So it's not a booby trap by that definition. Like you can manufacture booby.
Also,
trap
isn't that
cameras.
exemption the exemption you read of? They are placed on or close in vicinity of. Isn't that only applicable to Section 3? So that wouldn't be applied to a Section 2.
Out
Look
prejudice
on
to the
the.
positions of Article 3. This entire. Well, that's Article 3, not Section 3.
Sorry. No. Article 7, Section 3. Sorry, that's what I'm talking about. I'm saying you were talking about the exemption of it's exempted unless it's placed in close vicinity. That's only to Section 3.
If
not
it
to
is
Section 2.
if it is in close vicinity, it's exempted.
Yeah, that was only, but that's what I'm saying.
either.
That exemption's only there for Section 3, not for Section 2. That's what I'm saying.
No, I think the.
Or is it
Do you
for
mean
all? That's what I'm saying.
Section
That's
3
what
or
I'm asking
Article
you.
3? It says without prejudice to the provisions of Article 3. Section 3 is the thing that mentions the exemption.
Here's
I
okay.
don't know exactly what they mean by without prejudice to the provisions of Article 3.
Here's what I think it's saying, and tell me where I'm misleading. I think it's saying here that this section, right, Section 3, it is prohibited to use weapons in which this article applies to in these areas,
Unless
they're placed on. So would that exemption go to? That's what I'm saying. Where does the exemption go to? Does it go to Section 2? Like, is it all encompassing, or this is where I'm getting
it
confused?
says this article, so I would assume everything mentioned in Article 7.
Why does it include this? Is the Article 3 throwing in?
I don't know what exactly.
I do need. What do we think that means? What do we think that means? Alright, guys. Someone in Discord call the ICJ leader.
Someone
Good
sample
judge.
DMLV.
Yeah, please drag him in. He's in the waiting room.
Oh, he's gone.
Well,
The Amended Protocol, 1990 Amendment to Protocol 2, besides making it applicable to Common Article 3 on conflict, in addition to Common Article 2 conflicts, requires state parties provide penal sanctions for persons who willfully. Okay, blah blah blah. Although Protocol 2 is
I
not
need there
customary
to be a
law,
ruling
it's
on
significant
this.
because it affirms the lawfulness of the use of mines, booby traps, and other devices. Compassions. Wait. Although Protocol 2 is not customary law, it's significant because
but the conventional thought of booby traps is that you put it in a house and it's like a seemingly innocuous device and it explodes. It's not like something you carry onto you and it explodes as like an attack. It's just not. When you sabotage a computer of Iran, right? That's not booby trapping. Even though like we manufacture the computer to be like about like I don't know if we manage to get a bomb somewhere.
I can see the argument for it being. That's what I'm saying. I don't have like a lot of like knowledge on like what is and isn't a booby trap.
Okay.
I'm not like, yeah, I'm just saying I genuinely don't know which way to lean on this. I need there to be a ruling so I can be spoon fed my take.
Sure. So, I don't know.
I'm just really
wait,
good.
do you think? Wait, Nonfon. Do you think you read more than me about this? In Article 7, Section 2, let's say it is a booby trap, and let's say it is prohibited by Article 2. Does this override the exemption in Article 3, or
That's
In
why I'm
Article,
confused.
if it's prohibited in Article 3, I don't know because I don't know.
What they mean.
I don't know what they mean.
No. It seems like it would override it, right? Because like Article 3 doesn't say it now it's okay. It just doesn't apply. It says it's prohibited if it's indiscriminate. It's prohibited if it's targeted civilian. I'm sorry, it's targeting civilians. But if it's not one of these, it doesn't say now it's okay. It just doesn't comment on it if it's not. And then we wait and we say, oh, and Article 7 says it's not okay, and now it's not okay. But I'm not sure if the Article 7, Section 2 there applies, and I'm not even sure if people could call it a booby trap. I don't think the booby trap definition applies. It's not manually placed. Hezbollah chose where to put it. Perfectly fair game.
Okay, AI says that without prejudice to the provision of Article 3 in this context means that the prohibition described in this section applies in addition to and does not override or negate the provisions outlined in Article 3. It essentially means Article 3 remains fully in effect, and its new prohibition only adds an additional restriction, but it also adds an exemption. So.
But this comes after our Section 2, so it doesn't.
We are not pulling. We got the AI pull out. Oh no. That's how you know
it
we're all
makes sense.
confused.
I asked what.
Wait. But this is Section 3. We're talking about Section 2, which came before. So the prejudice to Article 3 wouldn't be relevant here, right?
Here's my question, okay? I feel like it could easily be seen as like legally okay if every single target would be a military target. But let's say, right, that when the pagers were handed off to like a politician of Hezbollah, would that be easy one-to-one? Like what do you think is on that?
I mean, if you're a liable target, you can get the fuck out.
Yeah, but like a politician wouldn't. That's what I was saying. A lot of legal scholars have said if it was like a politician of Hezbollah, it wouldn't be considered a legitimate target. So that's what I'm saying.
Well, he wouldn't be considered a legitimate target, but you'd have to prove that Israel was acting with purpose to kill him, rather than he just incidentally picked up the pager. Like, it's fine to kill him or harm him as collateral damage because some amount of the pagers are going to get into the hands of innocent people or whatever. But like that's incidental collateral damage. That's not.
Wouldn't the argument be that like they don't get if they don't have control over the distributing of it, like they would have no way of knowing?
Well, one, it seems like they probably did have a way of knowing because a pager had like a serial number and like GPS or whatever. And two, like it's fine to accept some level of like risk, to accept some level of collateral damage. So if they, I think it's reasonable to assume that 90% of these pagers are going to be in the hands of Hezbollah militants. And if you blow up them, then like some innocent people may get hurt or may carry the pagers. But like that's the same thing as like an airstrike. Like some innocent people may get harmed, but it's still okay as long as it's not disproportionate. Which in this
I feel like
case
the difference between an airstrike and like this though is like the airstrike comes from like one like or not one, but like it comes from a single bomb that was targeted at a militant that just happened at a civilian. But like in this circumstance, it would be a pager that was in the hands of a civilian that went off.
Well,
that's why it would be like
the argument would be like he just happened to have it. Like he's not targeted, he just happened to be affected by it too. Israel's not acting with purpose to attack that guy. It was incidental damage. They were acting with either dolus indirectus, knowledge that he would be harmed, or dolus eventialis, just recklessness and didn't consider it.
Yeah, if they have reasons to think they're targeting a militant and they happen to be wrong, it doesn't mean now that we're targeting someone who's not a militant. They targeted a militant, they just happen to be wrong.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Oh yeah, all these things are also examined ex ante based on forecasts, based on what the commanders could have reasonably expected. The results don't matter. Although the results in this case were pretty good as well.
If only, haven't they still not claimed it?
Yeah, I think it's against their policy to officially claim responsibility. I'm interested in the booby
trap debate. Like, does it by the letter of the law or like by the spirit, whatever of the law?
What's the legality on that? Can you just like I'm completely off topic, but like, are you able to just infinitely like attack and never claim responsibility as like someone under like legal restrictions? Like obviously terrorist organizations will always do that.
Well,
I mean,
you're still responsible for it even if you don't confess to it. Like,
I'm saying, is there any legal writing on that? Like, you have like a responsibility to come out. Like, that's what I'm just saying. Is there any like legal
I don't know if you have a
that?
responsibility to claim responsibility.
All right, let's see. Let's look it up. Is there any legal I would
think
assume
I'm
not,
gonna
right?
read
Because
this
if there was,
entire.
Israel would have been.
I don't know. Well, Israel doesn't sign on to some
Yeah.
things also, so
Is Israel signed on the amended protocol too?
I don't remember.
Probably.
Fuck, I should remember.
I don't know of any mines in Israel, so probably.
And I think
Well, I mean,
some
I
of
know
it,
in
some of
previous
it probably
wars,
reflects customary international law as well. Like
I know some mines, like in some areas of Israel, but that's not really.
I don't even know. I don't even know if international law is meant to deal with situations like this. It's never a war crime the first time. Remember.
If you're the first to do it, that is true.
Exactly. Also, like the law only says like you have to take feasible precautions. You don't have to go. You don't have to do every single possible thing to minimize.
Yeah,
Just
of course,
feasible
of course.
precautions. Yeah.
No, I'm just curious. My main concern right now, my main curiosity right now is it a booby trap? And if it's a booby trap, is it prohibited by?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I need them to come out. This is why I say I need like. Oh, I need someone to do a hearing on this. I don't care who.
An argument. It's not manually placed. It's just not manually placed. They move it around.
It depends on how broad and how vague you want to get with manually placed.
No, it doesn't.
Because they manually placed it in the hands of Hezbollah, right? So
okay, and then they
it was used on Hezbollah.
Manually placed anywhere.
Wait,
that's what I'm. Can we find that? Look for that.
You should read it. Nonfon. You should look into like the sabotage. Like I think the Red Cross has like some section on sabotage.
Yeah,
I want to see
and see when that's like would fall under sabotage.
I
just don't think it's a booby trap. I'm sorry, it just doesn't fit the definition.
I could see how it could, and I can see why it couldn't as well. It all depends on how you interpret it, and that's why I need a judge to.
What do you think manually?
Because that's what I'm saying. It just depends on how vague you go out with manually placed. If you giving it to Hezbollah, I'm just saying giving it to Hezbollah could mean you putting it in place.
It depends on how vague I am with my definition of a chair. You're a chair, but no, under no reasonable definition of manually placed, it's manually placed.
Giving it to, I feel like giving it to them for them to use could be considered in placing it.
So it just needs to come from you in some way.
No, it was directly given to them for that reason. It was directly placed.
I mean, I can directly give an artillery shell into Hezbollah's head. Like,
you know, there's a difference between giving and like attacking.
Oh my god!
I was talking to Nonfon. My bad.
Okay.
Make Nonfon not talking about.
My god. Okay, whatever. What's an example of not manually placing something? And don't tell me like throwing a bomb at them.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, firing any missile wouldn't be manually placing.
Just don't give me an example of like throwing a bomb or firing a weapon, like something. Like you know, that is not like moving at high speed.
Like any other. Like I'm trying to think. What do you mean? Like just any attack?
Oh, okay.
I feel like any attack would not be considered placing because you're not like. I feel like placing means like it's not being used at its first.
Okay, let's imagine Israel has a spy in Iran. Okay, he has a disk on key, whatever, and it has a virus in it. So it moves. He goes to one of the computers. Puts the disk on key in the computer, installs the virus, goes away. Minutes later or an hour later, the computer boom explodes. The remote control or an hour later, whatever. Is that a booby trap now because he manually placed the virus? No, that'd be a legitimate military operation. 100%. 100 bajillion%. A bajillion gorillion %. It's not a war crime of booby trapping.
So how did
he manually place the thing?
So how did the virus get into it?
Huh?
So how did the virus get onto the computer in your hypothetical?
The disk on key. I just don't. It's just not manually placed. No reasonable person can define. Oh, they gave it to them, and then
listen.
Like a year later,
I could see how it could be that. That's all I'm saying.
How the fuck? Look. You just think. Let's be clear. I'm holding my phone right now. You think the manufacturer of my phone manually placed the phone in my hand? Just to be clear.
I think you could make the argument that it manually placed it to the store that you got it from.
You're retarded. You need IQ. You have negative IQ.
Yeah.
Just to be clear, China, my shirt right now was manufactured in China. China manually placed the shirt on me right now, right?
Whatever I'm saying, whatever the next chain in line, like the next line in the chain of distributing, distributing
This is
that the shirt
also
was from.
No,
I'd consider that.
I bought this shirt from Billabong, okay, from their store. This shirt was not manually placed on me by Billabong. No matter how hard you try to argue it, it's just not manually placed. I'm wearing
Well,
a
that's 'cause I feel like
Miami,
there's a lot of
I'm wearing
steps
a
of-
Miami Heat hat. I'm wearing a Miami Heat hat. Okay, it was not manually placed on me by the football club I went to for 7 years ago in Miami.
Okay.
It's just not. It's just
To
not
be fair,
true.
I don't really think it was
But-
manually placed either, but like this would like Israel literally specifically set up a company to manufacture
That's what I'm saying,
these
it was
to
distributed
specifically
directly to
sell
them.
to
Who
Hezbollah.
cares? Who cares if it was a? I agree
Here's what I'm
with
saying.
George
I don't
Clooney.
100% believe
I
this,
agree with
but you have to be able to
intentionally
see the argument.
I agree with no. I don't see it at all. Look,
Okay.
you like not fun. You agree there are companies specifically designed to sell shirts, right?
I guess I guess,
Yes,
but it would be more
go
analogous
with
to
me,
say
go
like
with me,
specifically
bro,
designed
go
to
with
sell
me. Come
certain
on,
types
why
of
are you
shirts to
why are you
only one
hedging?
customer.
Why are you hedging? Wait. Let me. Why are you
Because they're
hedging?
only
I have no
selling to
idea what you're
Hezbollah.
Because they're only you're missing like you're making it think like they made a pager company for the entire world and specific ones got to Hezbollah. It was specific for this reason.
Even then, I wouldn't say it's manually placed by the other guy. It's just not. It's just not
Mhm.
reasonable at all, ever. No. If I'm wearing
Someone pull
my
up the
school
definition of
uniform,
manually
if I'm wearing
placed.
my
They don't
school
define
uniform,
it.
right?
They
If I'm-
don't.
Wait. Just to be clear. If I'm holding my graduation book, okay, what do you call it? You call it a graduation book or whatever, right?
Sure, yeah.
That's on my shelf right now. It's been manually placed by my school on my shelf right now.
No, it's been manually placed by you. It wasn't made specifically for you. You're missing that part of the argument.
Of course it was. I'm a student.
No,
Yes.
it wasn't manually made for you. It was made.
I'm okay. I'm holding
Whoa.
right now. The.
It was manually. No, wait. It was.
birthday
It was made for students. Yes. If your argument was that it wasn't manually made for students, I'd say yes, but not for you. The same way I'd say it wasn't made for this person at Hezbollah, but it was made for Hezbollah, right?
I'm
You
holding
would agree?
Right now, okay. I'm holding my birthday card that I got from my grandma.
No, wait. I feel like that hypothetical fit really well. Like, yeah, it wasn't made specifically for you, but you are a
my
student.
God.
It was made for
Wait a
students.
second. I'm holding right now the birthday card that I got from my grandma 2 years ago. That's been manually placed by my grandmother now in my hand.
When they gave it to you, yeah. When they gave it to you,
Oh, if I move it around, if I like, if I
yes,
play with
because
it,
the
then
line they
it's
still
up to
came
the
from
card.
them. Without them giving it to you, you would never have your hands on it.
Oh, when you say booby trap, you mean some trap?
No,
You
we're
mean
just talking about
trap.
purely about placed. We're just clearly talking about manually in place.
I'm trying to clue you in. So they use the term manually in place in the context of booby traps, and I'm trying to clue you in by like showing you what people mean when they say booby trap to clue you into what manually in place means in the context of booby
Hey,
traps.
A little Nonfon, what about you for that hypothetical? Because I do want to see this. For the hypothetical of the
Well,
grandma
if
giving him a
someone says the
birthday
word
card that he
fast-
moves around, would you say the
Yeah,
grandma
if
manually
someone
placed
says the
it?
word
I would
fast-
not. I
if
think
someone
I would
says the
say
word
manually
fast,
in place.
right? It can mean a lot of different things. It's vague. The word fast is vague. Or, like because fast humans are nowhere near like.
I have a
fast-
definition
fast
for it, but it's
mediums.
not like it's a dictionary
Right.
definition, not like a military one. So I don't even know if I want to
Right.
say it.
Yeah, I don't know if
Wait.
they ever actually define manually in place.
Here's
in
the
any of
definition.
these.
Okay.
Oh my god! Wait,
Here's
wait,
the
I'm-
definition I
wait,
see.
Wait,
Oh,
wait,
okay.
wait,
I was just gonna
wait,
say the
wait.
definition.
I'm just saying. Look, I'm trying to clue you in into what the reasonable definition of manually placed would be. Because think of it like this: if I said the word fast, right? That like there are fast humans, but even the fast humans are nowhere near as fast as like a fast meteor, okay, or some shit. So fast is relative. So if I see it, the word fast, we can debate it on isolated from the context. But if we see the context is about humans, obviously it doesn't mean fast for snails, right? Fast
Yeah.
snails are no like don't. So yeah. So when we say booby traps, imagine the paradigmatic booby trap. Imagine the normal booby trap, and they're talking about fucking mines as well. Yeah, and they're talking about they're talking about something you place and it looks like a normal thing, and then once you get closer, it's like boom, exploding because it's like you put it inside a house or something. They don't mean devices
put in your
that are
pocket,
used by
yeah.
the military. They don't mean devices that are used by a military on the regular and then explode as part of sabotage.
Well, it's also used by civilians on the regular.
No, what
That was the whole
civilians
argument.
use for beepers?
These pagers,
What
they were
pagers?
not used by.
So I'm just saying in general, civilians use like people use pagers. I think like we wouldn't make the argument that they don't.
Very- so number one-
Also, Nonfon-
Civilians use guns as well. So what? If you sell the guns to Hezbollah, it's a military gun.
One second, Nonfon. I'm distracted now. The person in your Minecraft parkour just fell and flew themselves back up, and I'm actually outraged.
Oh, yeah, they do, yeah.
It happens. I don't know
Yeah,
why.
Also, okay, but here's the definition that it gave me online. It's manually in place refers to objects or materials that have been intentionally placed or arranged by hand rather than being placed by machines or natural processes.
Wait, are you just citing like Oxford Dictionary for this, or are you
Yes,
citing,
yes. That's why I'm saying it's not. That's why I even caveat. I was like, I wouldn't say it's nothing militarily. But I mean, I would agree under that definition. It was an object that was intentionally placed there.
Wait, Israel can hack into a computer. It doesn't mean it's civilians use.
Yeah, but they are. The difference is though,
hack into a military computer.
Israel made it with the intention of giving it to Hezbollah, and it. That's what I'm just talking about.
By hand. You said
Or no. Sorry, let me repeat. No. Typically, it refers to objects or materials that have been intentionally placed or arranged by hand, rather than being placed by machines or natural processes.
Oh my god.
Under that definition, I feel like it fits, but I don't know if that definition will fit militarily. Well, wait, are you gonna say it's not intentionally placed in the hands of Hezbollah? It definitely is.
A bunch of things are intentionally placed. You're abusing the word intentionally placed.
Well, I
does
feel like
placed
this
mean?
is so clearly.
Hezbollah bought
What does
them?
placed
Like,
mean?
Oh, universe is off.
Are you gonna say that I know, but Nonfon, you would agree. Intentionally placed does fit here. Like it was definitely intentionally placed in the hands of
Placed
Hezbollah.
by
What do you
hand
mean
is
placed?
also intentionally
these weren't
placing.
placed.
Right?
Okay.
Hezbollah bought them.
What
Like
do
I don't
you-
know.
oh
Like
my
if
God.
Israel was like
How can you
secretly like
place
placing
something by
munitions.
hand? Wait,
I feel.
I just
So you're
wanna-
telling me you
I just wanna
don't
be
agree that the
I just wanna be
intention
clear.
of these was to get?
I want to be clear, super clear.
Yes.
They say or placed by hand. You agree it's completely redundant then, right? They're retarded for including that caveat, right? Because placing by hand is intentionally placed.
It's arranged by hand. It's just saying that it's made.
Oh
It's
my
talking
god!
about the.
You were. Oh my! Why did you just say that? Why did you just say that?
Because if you let me continue, I would have explained why that's there.
Explain yourself.
Thank you. It's because that's about the part of the word that's manual. I want you to know that it's not being automated. That's the point.
No, that's not what I asked at all, though. What do you think I asked?
You were saying why don't you think it's contradictory, or why did they even put arranged by hand then? And I was saying because it's trying to point out the part of manual.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
It's an or. Wait, it's an or. It's not like a necessary part. It's an
Yeah,
or.
because the
It's a
intentional
caveat.
part means that it wasn't like automated. Like it wasn't automatically put there. It was intentionally put there.
Even if it automatically was put there, it was automatically manually placed.
Well, then the argument would be then it wasn't placed by machines though, or natural processes.
Oh.
That would be the automatic part.
So if the people who sold it to Hezbollah were like cyborgs, then it's not manually placed.
But I mean, are is Cyborg a part of this operation?
Well, I mean, they're automatic, right?
Anyway,
Hold on, just from the DoD Law Manual War, other devices do not include munitions and devices that are not manually placed, such as munitions that are remotely delivered. I don't know exactly what remotely delivered means in this case.
well, that would even fit even more, wouldn't it?
Like a bomb or
Wait,
something.
but not
right?
munitions that are remotely delivered. But like, I don't know
Wait.
if these are considered remotely delivered.
That's
Wait,
what
would bombs be included there?
remotely.
I think
maybe
remotely
grenades? I
delivered
don't know.
might. I think
It
it's
has to
supposed-
be
it's
like
supposed to do
no
with
human
mines. I think
drone.
it means,
Yeah, it has to be something.
I
that
think
just
it's like
has no
supposed to
human
be
interaction,
mines
right?
that are remotely placed down, not like yeah.
Oh, but they
Sometimes
have a
mines can be
caveat, especially for
prohibited.
mine. Wait, no. It can be because they have a specific.
We need.
caveat
All
for
I'm
mine.
saying is we need newer war crimes. We need a new Geneva Convention.
No, it's not a war crime. It's not a war crime. We need a.
No. I'm saying we just need newer writing on this because it's so.
Yeah.
There's so many problems. That's what I'm saying.
We need a Geneva Convention that says like if your country starts with an I and ends with an L, it's okay to do anything, even genocide. That'd be epic.
From a
And now
this
you're
is
all
from the
thinking of a
Lebaron
country that's
Institute.
like with an I and L.
But I don't.
Yeah.
All they cite is the DoD Law Manual War, but they don't explain
Give like
where.
the site.
It says the law does not prohibit a saboteur in uniform or wearing another distinctive sign from emplacing an explosive that subsequently
And also,
kills
wait,
or wounds an
Isaac,
enemy.
you agree my usage of manual
Well,
is reasonable.
I feel
right?
like
You may
this-
say yours is reasonable as well, but you
Yeah,
agree
I
mine
see.
is-
I completely see both sides. That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm so confused. Yeah, I'm not
I don't
on one
agree
side.
Yours is reasonable. I'm just saying we both agree I'm reasonable. So if we were to vote on it, I would be reasonable. You would not be reasonable.
Okay.
This is the type of person that votes for RFK. I'm telling you, it's like brainworms. It's like it's like yeah. It's what do you call it? Yeah. It's transferable. What do you call it? Come on. I had it in my head. Come on. Infectious? Yeah, I think so. Something like that. You're infected. You got infected. Seek help. Seek a doctor. Manually remove the framework. They were manually placed by RFK there. Made just for you guys. Okay. I'm joking. I like you.
There's really nothing new on this. I can't find. They're like, I'm looking at court cases just to see if anything else is new. It's been like,
well, I don't even trust the court. Like, if the ICJ said this was illegal, I honestly would not put much credence in that.
wait, what? Wait,
Sorry,
rewind.
For similar reasons, just to be clear, the law expert says for similar reasons, the law does not prohibit a saboteur in uniform or wearing another distinct.
That's what I was about to ask.
I don't know exactly
Hezbollah
what they
operate
cite for that, but
also, does Hezbollah use uniforms?
I'm pretty sure.
Also, I'm
Hezbollah uses
assuming when
uniforms.
Israel
wasn't the
They do
video
also-
like
they do
wasn't
also
the
operate
videos
out
of
civilian
pagers?
areas.
Yeah, I was about to say the videos I saw were of people that looked like civilians when the pagers went off. I don't think that would
well,
fit
I
for
mean,
them.
if you
You're
use
reading it
uniforms, you're not.
incorrectly. You're reading it incorrectly.
offline
They're talking about a
or, like, off
saboteur. They're
shift,
talking about
not
like a
to be in the military
spy.
all the
They're
time.
talking about like someone who's like putting the weapon. They're not talking about the people who were eventually targeted.
Oh,
They're
okay,
talking
I
about
got
the
you.
people
Well,
who placed the bomb.
yes.
Yeah,
people who placed them.
I'm not sure that would apply because I don't think when Israel sold it to Hezbollah, they were just wild guess. I don't think they were wearing IDF uniforms when they did that.
That might have added some problems.
Well, I think it means like a saboteur would be wearing a uniform.
Well, I think
it
it's
probably
clear
means the
because
uniform
when
of the
they
enemy
manually
combatant.
place
I would guess
something,
that
they
makes
don't-
more sense
I
with the
think they
context.
just don't
but
think
I
of
don't know.
something that like again forever. If you look up booby trap, I'd be betting money on this. That if you look up booby trap on Google Images, you're not gonna see anything. That you're gonna see stuff like, oh, it's a normal room, but this thing.
I
is
think the first news article will probably be Israel.
Probably.
Well,
Yeah.
now, okay, I'm talking.
That's what I'm saying. It's a little swayed
If
now.
you filter it to be like from a year ago.
Yeah,
before
here's the
war
first two
started.
articles that came up when I looked up booby trap,
Okay,
and it was
if you
outside
look it up-
Israel's
if
booby
you look
trap
it-
war is illegal.
Yeah,
Pager attack on Hezbollah war was a sophisticated booby trap.
Obviously, I meant to imply what paradigmatically is considered a booby trap, not what news
Yeah.
media is considered after the war. If you filter from a year ago, you look at examples of booby traps. You're not gonna find. You're gonna find stuff like you walk into a room and this thing is a trap, and
Alternatively-
you touch it and it explodes in your fucking face because it's controlled by fucking whatever.
Alternatively,
I will say this is a
look up
person. This is a professor
example
of international
boobies.
law, and they think it's pretty clearly. So, like, obviously, it's not like an easy answer.
Professors are
Yeah,
retarded.
I
If
know
you follow
the two.
yourself,
There's like two
professors are
experts that like
retarded.
say this is a violation, but they're retarded.
Yeah. So to
They're
say like
wrong.
there isn't, it's
Everyone
not
has
reasonable
lost
on
their
both
mind
sides.
IHL and Israel. I don't trust any like experts to do anything.
I'm just saying you have to
Honestly,
agree
bro.
that both sides have reasonable like reasons to
No,
think this.
no.
Didn't the
Nonfon, do
expert
you
say it was
think-
indiscriminate?
I think I don't know which one you're citing, but I assume the argument would be that it could be considered that. I don't like those arguments though.
I think
Do you think it's a booby trap, Cam? I'm not. I called you
I'm
Cam,
saying I
I'm
see
retarded.
both sides, and all I'm saying
No,
is
I'm asking you your opinion. Gazing.
yes,
into
I
your
see
soul.
both sides. That's what I'm saying. I see why
I'm
it would be
asking what do
considered
you
not.
believe? Look, I see both sides. Of
Okay,
liking-
okay. Then here, let me explain. Here's my opinion.
I see both
Oh,
sides
sorry,
of
you
liking
asked,
the
but-
movie Cars. I see both sides. I just think it's retarded. I can see how someone can like it, right? Maybe it was your childhood movie. Maybe you think it's like maybe it's sentimental. Maybe you think Lightning McQueen is not a really retarded gay name.
I didn't.
for a
I have
character.
not
Maybe
even
it's
got
so
to it
easy.
yet.
Oh, do
I
you not
haven't
actually
even-
like cars?
I haven't
Dude,
got
you're
there
crazy if you
yet.
don't like cars.
I don't like cars at all.